All right, everybody. Day 3. We are kicking off. Tony Chohan leads 14-9. So we need a special day from Fedor here today if he's wanting to claim victory. Of course, Tony has other plans. Kyle Ferguson here with you in the booth. Jeremy will be on here shortly. If you're tuning in with us on Facebook, we're going to give a free preview of the first few racks here, but definitely want to make sure you get your pass right out of the gate here. Fedor with an offensive opportunity, but unable to get the ball down. So Tony's got enough where he can cheat this ball. Either pull up for the 9. He could even shoot it rail first and come over for the 10. I think you'll just see him pull back. But as I was saying, if you're with us on Facebook, make sure you get your pass at gorstchohan.com. All string passes come with an entry into a giveaway that we're going to do as soon as we wrap up here today. So stay tuned at the end of the match for that. You do not have to be present. You do not have to be present to win. We will let you know, but if you do want to tune in, it'll be right after this match. We've got 3 different cues from Q-Tech. First place will be a Ghost Edition Breach. Also got, gonna have these guys sign the cue ball you see on your screen here. Will come with the first place prize. We have a SVB Red Edition Q-Tech cue for second place and an Avid. We also have some awesome memorabilia, posters, cue balls, things like that we're going to be giving away too. So make sure you get your stream pass, not only catch all this awesome day 3 action, see if Fedor can get something going, but a chance at some awesome giveaways as well. So pretty sporty bank combo there from Tony. He says it didn't have to go. He would have been happy. I don't really mind Fedor playing aggressive here at the beginning. It's really what he has to do, right? His back's up against the wall, and he's going to have to come with a special day, as Jeremy mentioned yesterday. But those are the shots that he's just got to start getting down. It's really been the issue all weekend for him is some of the more straightforward cross corners, straight backs that he usually is so adept at making. Hasn't been able to get them down this weekend. Conditions are tough. Table's playing real short. Rails are bouncing, and the pockets are tight. So just hasn't been able to get dialed in near as well as Tony has as far as getting balls in the hole even. Tony's going to be ahead 4-0 in this rack. And if you're Tony, this was his break. It's all about just maintaining your break today. You do that, and things are going to go pretty easy for you. Conversely, Fedor's going to not only have to maintain his, but he's really got to get on Tony and get out of the break early. Try to control some of these racks. Tony's having a look at this combo. Yeah, and that's the kind of stuff that I think Tony really needs to avoid today. One of the things that I think got him in this match where he is the patience that he's had. I think if he can just keep that up throughout this match, it's going to be hard for Fedor to come back. But if he starts shooting some of these shots that aren't aren't necessarily hangers. Not that every shot has to be a hanger, but, you know, picking and choosing when you're going to be aggressive. You got to look at the risk reward there. What was he going to get out of it versus what could he sell? So. Federer's just a little unhappy to get tree-topped over those balls. He's going to elect for the bank here. Tries to play it rail first into the 11. It's a little bit deep. Wow, what a shot from Federer. Definitely very risky. But he's able to get it down, so good chance here. Try to get back in this game. Maybe even put himself in position to steal one from Tony. Watch your cue ball. Wow. Very unfortunate roll there. Really wanted to open those up to maybe even try and close this rack out. Just lost Whitey a little bit. So both players not fully settled in here yet, it appears. Kind of got to think if you're in Tony's camp, you really want to see him kind of get focused mentally. Not necessarily doesn't have to do much with his stroke today, with a 5-game lead, other than kind of do what's in front of you, right? Don't really want to be looking to create anything other than what he's done all weekend, which is just playing really patient. He's moved extremely well and banked well. I think if he keeps that up, that's my goal if I'm Tony. And And then Fedor, you know, he has kind of played more aggressive, which I think he needs to. Right out of the gate, he missed a bank that let Tony get to 4, but I think we're seeing the style of game from Fedor that we need to. I just don't know if we are yet from Tony. Of course, this is the first rack. It always takes a minute to get settled into the match. It's really close if that 10 ball goes. And the angle he has, you know, this kind of shot you'd really like to be able to roll in, but of course where the 4 and 14 are, he's not going to be able to do that. So he's either got to be sure that it's going or jack up, which makes the shot all that much more difficult, and pull behind these balls. Which looks like what he's electing to do. And he's lost his cue ball again. A little bit of frustration shown there from Fedor. Very uncharacteristic mistakes we've seen this week. Tony's fell a little short on position here. Wanted to come over for the 2 balls down low. Not sure if he got to the 4 or not. He was able to throw the combo in. Good shot there. This is looking like game 1 of the day for Tony. Gonna do it. So Tony extends his lead to 6. 15-9 over Fedor. It was his break though, so not the worst news if you're Fedor Gorst. You're not going to be able to keep him off of every break he has, of course. So this is the game that Fedor really needs to win. Start stealing them from Tony when he can. Not going to be too difficult for Tony to escape this break. I think you're just going to see him use this ball to try to remove some things from Fedor's side. Appreciate everybody tuning in with us, joining us on Facebook. Make sure you get your pass at gorstchohan.com. Continue watching for the rest of the day. You also have on-demand replay available anytime you want, every day. In addition to a chance to win some great prizes. So gorstchohan.com. We'll cut off of Facebook here after this rack. Hey, Jeremy, you there with us?
Yeah.
Welcome, JJ, back to the booth. Just missed
Like
the
Tony's off and running here, huh?
Yeah, just missed the opening rack. It was actually a little bit. Both players had a chance to run away with it, and a couple big mistakes early from both players. Tony ended up getting the best of it. Fedor scratched 2 times. One time just off of playing position, running out. So.
Yeah, I'm assuming that Tony's still breaking to the lower right corner. Is that right, or has he switched things up here? So, because
Let's see. This was Fedor's break here.
yeah, so he's lower left, maybe.
Yeah, lower right as we look.
Oh, he changed then, because he broke the entire match to the lower left as we look. So maybe here in day 3 he's changed a little bit. Looks like it.
Yeah.
Because Tony was the first one to change there in day 2 after he lost quite a few games, right? He changed to the other side. And now Fedor doing the same. Interesting little situation here. He's got a few options with the triple up with the 196. He could cut the 3 into like the top of the 12. It catches a little of the 15 and just kind of comes straight down the table with the cue ball up to the top rail. Maybe some kind of double bank on the 1 drawing the ball is a possibility. I think he's really surveying the 11. Beautiful weather here in Texas. How's it there in Louisville?
You know, it's been really nice all week. Mid 70s to low 80s, sunny, except for today.
Oh wow!
Had some rain.
Okay.
Had some rain move through overnight, so you know, maybe a little bit of humidity in play today, and then kind of overcast, and I'd say maybe mid 50s to lower 60s.
Sure. Now this 5-6 got interesting. Almost got for a kiss shot that does offer shape up on the 9. If there was just a hair more space between the 6 and the 5, and the way the stack is and everything, you would certainly shoot it. It's not far off, to be honest. You'd have to catch it super thin, that being the 6 ball, but dangerous little clip shot right here with the 1-9 being doubled up. If you leave him a little, any of the 3, Tony might bank the 3 at his pocket going up table, even if you get the 6 a little bit open. I don't mind this right here, to be honest with you. It's not terrible to kick on the 6-5. And it sits so well where the cue ball's at. And the main thing about that shot is he would have got to play the 10 right next, which would have been a nice shot from his position. Now, I like Tony if he's comfortable drawing off the 6 to pocket the 5, maybe bump the 3 open on his side, up the table a little bit. Now, if it's any kind of risky, it's not worth it, but he is a right-hander and can reach it. I tell you, Fedor looked at that stack and the ball pointed towards Tony's pocket. Tony looked at it, passed on it, now looking at it again. Of course, he's in a different position now, right? So he must really like it with the 5 hanging. I wouldn't draw back for shape on the 6.
I think he was trying to make the 5, which he hit it. It just didn't go. This is, Jeremy, before you joined in, this was something that came up in the first rack, too, where I felt like Tony was really playing more aggressive than he needed to. You know, I think today's goal is just to kind of do more of the same, right? He's got him a 5-game lead, play patient, and Fedor's the one that needs to be shooting these shots, right?
Yeah, and if he looks at yesterday, I wouldn't say he played impatient. It was just a few shots that got away from him. Then Fedor played real well for a spell. But what he's got to look at is going to be a long, long day for for Federer if he ends up winning this match, and things can change quite a few times during what would be 12 games he would have to win on day 3. So I certainly wouldn't get ahead of myself and get aggressive, especially when you might feel like Federer might take that role, being down, now 6 games.
Yeah, exactly.
He's got to just slow creep this across and try and bump the 8, maybe. I don't know. Coming up the table looks really dicey to me. I thought he would try to hit thickly and just pull the cue ball across and bump the 8, take the shot on the 6. He's looking kind of at that now. Maybe going into the 13 with the cue ball. Yeah, that's look pretty doable. And the thing about Tony's shot is you'd like to say to yourself, man, all I got to do is hit this straight, come back and pocket the 5 with the draw stroke, but that's not easy. It's certainly not as easy as you think it should be. And by him trying to make the 5, it tells me he wasn't so 100% about the dead ball, right? That's why I say if I feel good about the dead ball, I'm just going to stop my ball there probably and play easy position versus try and get short side on the 6. So maybe playing a couple maybes right there that just didn't work out. Piece of it. And I understand why he went 2 rails there, but on a sticky kind of grabby table, normally I like to come 1 rail there just because when you come 2 rails inside that ball, you're going to take a little more steep angle on the cut than you would on a draw table. Now, this ball didn't get across, so Tony probably goes aggressive on the 9, drawing into the 1 here. Wow, what's he? I'm surprised he's not. It's 5-0 here. This bank's looked pretty good. Maybe the 7 was a little more cuttable, but he's just going to follow suit here. I think I would really toy with this 3 ball myself, but he's going to elevate, I guess, and try and hit it. All right, he's going to level out. Does that mean he's going into the face of the 12? A miss hit here could get something started for Tony, and I wonder what the 9-10 looks like. Now he's elevating, so. The thing is that Federer doesn't plan on miss hitting the ball, and not much when he does. Right. See if Tony can start to maneuver the balls a little bit. Get the kick on the 2, trying to slide the cue ball behind the 2 stripes there. Not bad, but Federer's going to get a cross corner here on the 12 ball where he can drop below the 2, if desired. type of shot, though, that 9-ball players love to bank at. So he's got to win at a 2-to-1 clip from here, Kyle, to get it to Hill.
That one dead in the heart. Yeah, I think, you know, from here, these are the games Federer has to win, right? This is his break. He's not going to win all of Tony's breaks, but those are the ones he's going to have to steal some of those, right? So the last game, if I'm Federer, I'm not overly concerned about, other than the fact that you had a chance to win and didn't. But Tony's going to win some on his break. These are the ones that you've really got to bear down and get, and then you know, try to get a little run going if you get some off of his break. So.
Yeah, you don't want to bank at this, really. You're jacked up. I mean, he doesn't ever figure to hit the ball very bad, but I guess the 10-15 is pretty tied up. You're really going 1-for-1 on balls, and as long as you're not losing the cue ball.
Yeah, missing it short like that guarantees it down to the bottom rail instead of coming up, right?
And he was always hitting it at the speed to where most likely, even if he did leave it cross corner, it was going to kind of be one and done for Tony. All these shots here, if you want to try and get it out from a funny angle here, that's fine, especially with the other balls tied up. Just don't ever lose the cue ball. That's the one that even if you give up a shot on the 9. Or she could just simply pocket it for Tony. Again, just no threat of losing the rock. I hit that nice. So one thing about the tighter table that I think, you know, you don't have to go crazy tight. 4 1/4. Obviously, this one's playing a little tighter because it's a little more broke in. You don't have to go goofy tight, but you do need something like 4 1/4 just because of removing balls, and especially because, you know, you leave the cue ball distance a lot of time when you're moving those balls, and with a big pocket, man, it's just too treacherous, in my opinion.
Containing shot there.
Yeah, is it going to get goofy doubled up, though? So Tony may be able to put some balls in play here now. That's the type of shots you got to think, do I really want to do this? How well is it going to sit? Not saying it's terrible, but he could put the 13 in play here. I don't know what he's thinking here. He's not checking the score at all. I mean, this isn't what you want to do with it's not a bad shot, but not only could you sell out, but to me, I would have rather put a ball in play there and let him shoot a doubled up combination.
All right, folks. We're going to take a quick player break, it looks like. If you're joining us on Facebook, we're going to go ahead and cut off on this side. Over to GorstChohan.com. Make sure you get your stream pass. We can continue watching there. All this awesome day 3 action. Chance to win some awesome cues from Q-Tech, some memorabilia from today. So GorstChohan.com, check it out. It's going to be a special day if Federer can pull something off here. So we'll be right back with you all. Stay tuned.